Hey guys, well, welcome to my new Intex pool setup. As you can see, there's no pool, so what we're going to be doing is moving it back this way. I've got to move this the pool deck as well. I happen to have a machine that'll do all that, but if you want to see how I do what I do, you can follow along. This is probably going to be more than one video to cover everything, but right now I'm just trying to get the ground prepped for the new pool. So we're going to take that deck, move it just about where that roll string is, and then the pool's going to be forward to that. It is an 18-foot pool, so I'm going to clear out the grass in about a 20-foot diameter circle. The main reason why I'm doing that is I want to level it. It's a whole lot easier to do when there's no grass. So I'm going to use this backhoe as a scraper blade up on the bucket to do that. So you'll see a little bit of that. This was my test scrape just to make sure it worked. And there's my sod sitting over there that I just pulled up. When you're setting these pools up, even though this ground here might look like it's level, it's really not. There is a slope going in that direction, so I've got to bring the ground down in this area in order to make sure the pool's level. It's only maybe a couple of inches, but that makes a big difference when you have a pool full of water and it's high on one side, low on the other. The last time I set this pool up, I tried to build that ground up over there and it ended up washing out, which really didn't accomplish what I was looking for, and I ended up with a low side. So my goal is to have it perfectly level, so I'm going to go through doing that. First thing we'll do is create our circle. So I've got a screwdriver stuck in the ground here with my string, got a spray can I'm going to put on the other end with that loop in the string, and we're going to draw our circle. So we'll get to doing that. Well guys, I got all the grass scraped up. Of course, it's not level at all. I got some high, low spots, but the dirt ought to be a little easier to work now that I just got dirt for the most part. I'm not saying I'm the best backhoe operator in the world, because I surely am not. I've never done that for a living, just as a hobby. But it's mainly sod, you know, planning on repurposing this stuff somewhere else. So I just got to clean it up now, and we'll get to scraping and leveling. are a couple of days later. Finally was able to get back out here and do a little more work on it. What I did was I took a level and taped it to this piece of board you seen earlier with the weights and all that on it. And after I got kind of a rough leveling done, and same hole I drilled, just tied me a little string to it. I can kind of pick it up and spot check my level in places to see where I'm at. And I don't know with the light right now if this is going to, if I can get it to bubble to come back together. Let's see if it will pick it up. There you go. See, that's level there. So if I was to take this guy, walk all the way around, say, let's say half, 3/4 pizza pie kind of formation, it is still a little bit low on this end, but it's getting there. So it's really just a matter of tweaking along and along. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my rake, moving my dirt around, and also took my water hose and wet everything. So it was so doggone dusty, all I was doing was getting a dust shower. See, it's level here. And I realized that, you know, this may not seem like a lot, but I tell you, across a 18-foot span, you'd be surprised at the difference. You know, just a little, I want an inch or two will make in the level of the pool. So I'm gonna tamp it down now, kind of get this dirt compacted a little bit and see what I got. If that won't build up your forearms and give you a headache at the same time, I don't know what will. So what I'm going to do now, I've got 4 bags of playground sand in the back of my truck, along with some mulch and manure for some other projects. And I'm going to spread this out real light just across the entire surface, and then go back with the board and drag it and kind of have it just feather everything out. So the little dips and stuff that are still left, I'll kind of fill them in, because there's like a little high here, a little bit low here, just a little bit. You can't really tell it, but my goal is to get the bottom just as perfectly flat and level as I can, so that over the long haul this pool really works out well. So anyway, we're going to spread the sand out, and that'll probably wrap up the this part of the project, part 1 anyway. Put out 10 bags of sand. I had to go back and get 6 more. You can see what that'll do for you, but it does kind of show you the highs and low spots, especially with that darker sand or darker soil under it. So anyway, appreciate you watching. We'll see you on part 2 when I get this pool put together.